Hello everyone and welcome to the program Talk Sport here on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program. Ademola Lookman had his first debut match for Atlético Madrid, scoring a goal and also creating an assist in the 5-0 defeat over Real Betis that happened in the Copa del Rey, La Liga, Spanish Football League. We saw that happening, and Ademola Lookman started off on a very good run by scoring and creating an assist. We'll talk more about that, but people are saying that Diego Simons made a very smart move by going for Ademola Lookman. So now we are going to have that conversation a little bit into the show. We'll be starting from the home front as always, as AFN cautions athletes on age cheating and doping. This is something very, very crucial that the Athletic Federation of Nigeria is pinpointing and warning athletes about. The Athletic Federation of Nigeria has warned athletes and coaches against age fortification and doping as it intensifies efforts to restore integrity in Nigerian athletes. The warning comes aimed Team Nigerians build up for major international competition, including the Commonwealth Games and World Athletic Championship. The AFN president, Tokunboh Okowa, gave the warning during a visit to Delta State Sports Commission in Asaba, where the federation sought approval to camp national athletes at the Stephen Keshi International Stadium. Okowa made it clear that the federation would no longer tolerate sharp practices, stressing that offenders would face stiff sanctions in line with world athletic regulations. He noted that the AFN is determined to align Nigerians athletes program with global best practices, with discipline, transparency and fair play at the heart of its development strategy. The proposed Asaba camp, according to Okowa, is part of the broader plan to create a structured high-performance environment for athletes ahead of upcoming global championships that would be happening later in the year, and as well as 2018 LA, that's Los Angeles 2028 Olympics as well. That will be coming up. That's away from Athletic Federation. Let's move on quickly to table tennis, as Quadri Haruna leads Nigeria's 2026 ITTF African Cup quest. 5 times champion Quadri Haruna will lead Nigerians to charge to reclaim continental glory at the 2025 ITTF African Cup, scheduled to hold in Libya from Saturday, February the 7th to Monday, February the 9th. That is going to be a whole weekend of too many table tennis actions that will be witnessing starting from tomorrow. Libya is hosting a continental table tennis tournament for the first time. Haruna will be joined in the men's single event by Omotayo Olajide, while Fatima Bello and Ajoke Ojumo will represent Nigeria in the women's singles. The 37-year-old Haruna and Olajide will aim to reclaim the men's title Nigeria last won in 2024, while Bello and Ojomo will hope to become the country's first women's single champions since Gad Ogundele triumph in 2003. Egyptian star Omar Ansar and Hannah Gonda are the reigning champions in the men's and women's category respectively. The annual Continental Championship which also serve as a qualifier for the 2026 ITTF World Cup, is organized by African Table Tennis Federation in collaboration with International Table Tennis Federation as well, and hosted by Libyan Table Tennis Federation at the iconic Al Nassau Sports Club in Benghazi. So we will see where this is where this action will be taking place, and the team Nigeria will be headed there. And currently, by points, by the WITTF World rankings, Quadri Haruna is the #1 African table tennis player by points, and then by trophies, Omar Ansar is the #1 African table tennis players champion based on the fact that he has won the Continental Championship 6 times, while Quadri Haruna has won that just 5 times, one behind him, and then Haruna is looking to overturn that deficit and see if they will be leveled at 6 apiece, or we might see Omar winning this, or we might see a different champion emerging in Libya from one of other African countries. So let's move on quickly to around Nigerian Boxing Federation, as trials for Commonwealth Games will begin in the month of March 1st. The Nigerian Basketball Federation will conduct a national open trial for the selection of boxers to represent Nigeria at the forthcoming Commonwealth Games from March 1st to 6th at Bari Iron Note Boxing Complex, National Stadium, Lagos. In a letter of notification and invitation addressed to all MBF facilities on Thursday and signed by Secretary General Vivian Azimeni, the Federation said the trials are open to all national boxers within Nigeria in the diaspora, including all affiliated clubs, state associations, and institutions. The objective of this trial is to ensure a transparent and merit-based selection of best boxers to represent Nigeria at the Commonwealth Games. Participation is mandatory for all Nigerian boxers in diaspora who wish to be considered for selection. A registration fee of 10,000 shall be paid by each participating boxer. Now this needs to be explained why these boxers now who will be going to represent Nigeria, why they are paying this money, 10,000 registration fee. The National Open Trials will feature 10 weight categories comprising 5 male and 5 female categories. Each affiliated club, state or institution is expected to present 1 boxer per weight category. The men's weight category are 55 kg, 65 kg, 70 kg, 80 kg, and 90 kg, while the women's category are 51 kg, 57 kg, 65 kg, 70 kg, and 70 kg plus. That is for the female category. These are athletes from grassroots. So where would the 10,000 naira be coming from, and who will be at the brunt, and what is the money being paid for? Well, we are waiting the response of these questions that are being asked by Nigerians from the Nigerian Basketball Federation. They need to come and clarify on why these grassroots athletes need to make payments for whatever sort of registration they are talking about. Are they paying for their gears, or what exactly are they really paying for? All of these questions are what are being asked by Nigerians, and we are waiting for the answers by the Nigerian Boxing Federation. So moving on away from athletes and boxing quickly, under 20 Women's World Cup qualifiers, WAF Cornets duel ruled out for Senegal clash. Nigerians Falconets have suffered a double injury blow ahead of their clash with Senegal. Moses Adaku's side will be out defensive duel Oluchi and Maratu Yusuf against the Lioness. Later on, Yusuf and are yet to recover from the injury they sustained during training in Ibadan. The duo will look to recover in time for the second leg. Another defender, Hannah Ayoade Ibrahim, who also missed the team's training on Thursday due to illness, is expected to be ready for the game. The first leg of the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, their third qualifying round tie, will hold at the Moshood Abiola Sporting Arena, Abeokuta, on Saturday. That will be this weekend. And then talking about that now, we hope that the team is strong to see how they'll be able to, have this qualifying match, win, and advance further. Now, the Black Queens storm UAE ahead of the WAFCON tournament. Ghana's senior women's national team, the Black Queens, will travel to United Arab Emirates later this month to compete in the 2026 Pink Ladies Cup as part of the preparation for Women's African Cup of All Nations. The invitational tournament scheduled for February the 28th to March the 6th, 2026 will see Ghana face Hong Kong, Russia, Tanzania, offering the team a valuable opportunity to sharpen tactics, test players' combination, and build match fitness. The UAE tour forms a key component of Ghana's broader preparation program for both the WAFOB Women's Championship and WAFCON 2026, as the technical crew steps up efforts to assemble a competitive squad. Ahead of the WAFCON, the Black Queens will also participate in WAFOB tournaments where they are expected to face strong regional oppositions, including a potential high profile clash against Nigerians Super Falcons. And then talking about the Super Falcons, Nigerians shortstopper, goalkeeper Amaka Nnadozie has said that defending the title is not going to be easy. She said it's going to be a little bit difficult, but she said it's not impossible. That means the mindset of all of these players now, it's going towards them winning the 11th title, that's defending it, which is something that the Super Falcons have actually done before now. And then this set of the Super Falcons players are looking to do the same. Looking at the squad of the Super Falcons, these ladies are playing amazingly and beautiful football in their club sides, and we saw Ajibade's side, PSG, also extending her contract, and also though they lost a couple of points yesterday due to some sanctions from FIFA, well, they lost around 6 points, but still the team is looking very good. Esther is playing a very beautiful football in Toronto. We are seeing others too in the English Championship, in the England and American Football League. We are seeing Nigerian ladies playing amazing football. So this is no news that the ladies are looking to, defend this title again. So let's move away from female football now. Let's come to the Nigerian Professional Football League. Drama as Kun Khalifat debunked NFL exit saga. Nigerian Premier Football League new boys Kun Khalifat have announced their return to the league barely 24 hours after declaring their withdrawal from the competition. Following their boycotted March Day 24 feature against El Kelemi Warriors, the club were sanctioned by the NPFL board and substantially announced their withdrawal from the league on Wednesday night, citing unfair treatment and what they describe as disappropriate sanctions by the league body. The club also claimed it had notified the NPFL on several occasions of its inability to honor the feature, but received no response. According to the league regulation, clubs that fail to honor features without an acceptable reason may be fined up to 10 million naira, forfeit the match, and concede three points and 3 goals. Kun Khalifat's fine was, however, a suspended punishment, meaning they would not be mandated to pay the fine unless they commit a similar breach before the end of the season. So the only punishment they got was a walkover, 3 goals and 3 points, and we literally Kun Khalifat are in the relegation zone, so there is no even need for them to even fight for anything. So they should just start getting themselves ready to go back to the NNL and also prepare so that if they get to win the championship in the NNL, they can also be promoted, because now they are deep. They're sitting on the number 20th position currently with less than 28 points, which is not showing well for the team currently. So they cannot advance further. There is nothing much they can do in this line. But remaining in the NPFL is the best decision that they made. We'll be bringing you highlights from Nasarawa United, the actions that we saw them on as they were victorious. Quickly, let's talk about Nasarawa United. Nasarawa United chief thanks Yusuf for selfless service to the club. Nasarawa United chairman Solomon Babanjad has expressed his mixed feelings over the departure of forward Ansar Yusuf. Babanjad described Yusuf as a great player who helped the Solid Miners achieve a lot of success. Yusuf won the Nigerian Premier Football League Top Scorer Award last season. He left Nasarawa United to join Algerian side JS Soa last week, and then this was one of the biggest stars for the squad, and he has advanced his career to other African leagues as well. Still talking about Lafia United, Lafia City Stadium wears a new look as Governor Sule inspects facility. Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State paid a scheduled visit to inspect the final stage of massive renovation work at Lafia Stadium, located in the state capital. We saw the governor accompanied by a handful of top government functionaries, including Secretary to the State Government, Shaibu Megaji San, was taking around various sections of the stadium where renovations are at the 99% completion stage by the State Commissioner for Youth and Sport Development, Honorable Yakubu, who also had the complement of the ministry's Permanent Secretary, Dr. Ibrahim Al-Hassan, among other critical sports stakeholders. Sule expressed satisfaction with the quality and pace of work, reiterating his administration's commitment to transforming the stadium into a standard sporting facility. The renovation project, which includes the construction of the governor's comfort room, affects with the state-of-the-art gadgets, construction of new technical bench for both home teams and officials, replacing football playing turf, installation of floodlights for night games, installation of high-power generating system, remodeling of the locker rooms for both home and away teams, redesign and structuring of the VVIP and VIP stand, as well as the construction of the retraceable tunnel and general beautification of the entire facility will be completed before the end of this new period. So we'll be bringing you before the end of this season, I beg your pardon. So we'll be bringing you the highlights of the action we saw that Nasarawa United were embarked on. Afterwards, we'll have all the conversation around the MPFL as Dogo backs El Kelemi Warriors to recover from their recent slump. Here's a highlight of Nasarawa United. Yes, beautiful highlight there we saw from Nasarawa United in Nasarawa State. Yeah, so moving on, MPFL Dogo backs El Kelemi Warriors to recover from recent slumps. The El Kelemi Warriors technical advisor Suleiman Dogo has assured that the club will soon bounce back to an enviable position in the Nigerian top flight. The Borno Army featured in the CAF Confederation Cup in 2024. Ekeleme Warriors also won the President Federation Cup in 2023. They failed to replicate their impressive success since then. Ekeleme Warriors currently occupy 9th position in the NPFL table with 34 points from 23 games, and Dogo has urged the team to get back to their standard of winning, because if you look at it, 2024, they had a good outing, 2023 the same, but the year 2025 wasn't so palatable for them. But currently sitting 9th in the NPFL standings, it shows that there's a high point that they would be able to, push further for their matchups and also improve and have probably after 23 games being played, having 30 plus points. I think if they continue with their momentum of winning games and avoiding draws and losses, they can be able to compete properly for the title and also have opportunity to play for the President Federation Cup. So moving away from home football, let's talk about Nigeria. A Nigerian who is playing his international football with Atlético Madrid, as Lookman scores on Atlético Madrid debut opening. Atlético Madrid, Ademola Lookman found the back of the net on his Atlético Madrid debut as they trashed Real Betis 5-0 in the quarterfinal of the Copa del Rey. This happened last night. The Super Eagles forward only sealed a move to La Liga side earlier this week from Atlanta. David Hanko opened the scoring for Diego Simon's side before Simeon added second in the 30th minute. Lookman's moment came in the 37th minute as the 28-year-old finished off his counter attack, where there were further goals from Antonio Griezmann and Thiago Almada as Atlético ran riot. Atlético and Betis will face each other again this Sunday in La Liga as the battle continues. So quickly now, we're bringing you the highlights of Atlético Madrid, and also we'll bring you other further highlights in the world of basketball as well. But for now, let's see how Ademola Lookman was amazing for Atlético Madrid last night.